What's up, everybody? Canuck here. Welcome to episode 2 of our Seattle Mariners rebuild. I've moved it up a few days, up to March 16th, still a couple weeks from opening day, but I've just done a couple offline things. And if you have seen down in the team roster, I have made the decision that Jared Kelenic will be starting the season with the Seattle Mariners. So the 21-year-old will be slotted into the lineup. He will be batting third as well, so he is more than ready to get in there. So we did make slight alterations to the lineups from last time. So Trammell's now on the bench. I think we sent Walton down to the minors. And we kind of moved Dylan Moore up into the leadoff spot. I mean, with that 80 speed, I mean, he shouldn't be he shouldn't be that far down the lineup. So we did keep Dylan Moore, or we put Dylan Moore up, and he's leading off, I believe, against both. Yes. Okay. So what we need to do now is go into kind of how we are going to play the game in terms of how we're going to what are we going to control? We are set up to be the general manager and the coach. Why am I saying coach? I feel like that's not the right word. The GM and the manager. There we go. The word. I'm like coach. Coach isn't the right word. Anyway, so let's choose our manager options. Couldn't remember the word. All right, so in terms of what we are going to do, so minor league stuff, like I said in the last episode, I don't do too much minor league stuff. I mean, I'll watch my main prospects. For the most part, though, I am leaving that to my minor league AI. But everything else I am going to take control on, including coaching, firing personnel, all that kind of stuff, which we actually have to go into and look at a bit before we get going. So I think maybe without further ado, let's go in and check our front office and our personnel. Now, most people, I mean, depending on how people play the game, I know a lot of people when they like to jump in and just fire everybody. I don't really know if that's, I mean, I'm not really at the point where I think I need to do that right now. I think I'm going to give everyone kind of a chance. It looks like most of their contracts, kind of come up at near end of next year, at least for the big club. But minor leagues mostly run out this year. So I think we're just going to kind of keep everything as is here. We have, my main ones I really want to look at, obviously, is my scouting director, who's average. He highly favors tools, which I like, so that's what he's looking for. I'm okay with that. My trainer is decent, and he is a prevention guy, so I'm good with that as well. But the new thing is the staff roles. So we have coaches, and they can teach different things, which is kind of neat. So, for example, teaching catchers, I could have, it looks like Perry Hill. He's an excellent catcher teacher. Teach infield. I guess Perry Hill as well teaches infield. I guess he just does everything, old Perry. Oh, he's overworked now. Never mind. Manny Acta, and then Jared Sandberg, I guess. Is that what they say? Okay, they're doing that. That's fine too. So yeah, we'll have to watch this kind of staff cohesion and really see kind of what the effect this has on the team. This is brand new to the Out of the Park 22, so I have no idea how it's going to work. So let's look in a little bit more to kind of where we're sitting as a ball club, especially around prospects in terms of like our minor league system and kind of where we're sitting. Let's look at minor league system rankings first. Actually, I don't think this is... No, I don't think this tracks until the league actually starts, so we can't look at that yet. Positional rankings, though. This is something we want to look at. So for us, let's head down to Mariners. There we are. So looking at team rankings. So as you can see, catchers, first baseman, second baseman, we are definitely in the bottom third of the league. Shortstops as well. I mean, we got Kyle Seager ranked 10th as a first baseman. They're ranking our relievers as 5th. I mean, they have Ken Giles, but I mean, he's not doing anything. Right fielders, center fielders are a bit of a mess. Kalenic in at left field. We've already been put up to the top half, so that's pretty good to see. But definitely some holes, and I would say a center fielder is something we really need to start looking at figuring out what we're going to do with, because I don't know what we're going to do with center fielder. So we've got some holes. Obviously, we are the Mariners, so we'll see what happens. But yeah, we're gonna have to make some moves, try to make the team hopefully competitive. Preseason rankings, I think we can check those out. Preseason predictions. Oh, we're not ready yet. So first day of spring training. I actually stopped it on March 16th because the AI sent me a very interesting trade, and by interesting I mean hilarious. Basically, they want to send me a 30-year-old reliever in Matt Barnes for a decent prospect catcher, a pretty good prospect starting pitcher, and a reliever. And that's going to be a hard no. I'm not even going to entertain that. So that is getting rejected. In terms of moves or anything we're going to make right now, it's not going to happen. So let's just sim ahead to opening day here. And as we do the sims, I will kind of I'll fast forward ahead if they take a little bit too long, but we'll see how things go. I'll talk about how I'm going to do things as we get through here. Okay, so Kyle Lewis is actually ready to go. So it looks like we will be able to slot him into the opening day lineup as a right fielder. Now, that means I think it's going to be Sam Haggerty. I liked keeping him on just for speed-wise, but he kind of is not very good. So we're going to send him down to Tacoma. We're going to bring Kyle Lewis in. And we'll go to our lineups here. And, I mean, our starting right fielder is Mitch Haniger, so well, you know what? Sometimes I like just to ask the bench coach and see what they do. So he's moved Kyle Lewis to center field. He is our center fielder, so that's probably going to help things a little bit more. Mitch Haniger actually moves down to 9th in the order. And Kyle Lewis is 4th. I'm curious just on his ratings. Is he he's a bit better lefty guy, but okay, we got Kyle Lewis back, and just looking at these lineups, that looks pretty good. Minor changes here. Tyler Murphy actually batting 4th against lefties. Is he a big power guy? Yeah, he's got that power, 60 power against lefties. Okay. So I'm relatively good with that. Our pitching has remained unchanged from when you saw in episode 1. So our next move is to get our butts to opening day. And we'll see our preseason predictions as well, see where we're sitting. All right. Calculating these stats. Here come our predictions. I can't imagine we're going to be sitting pretty. All right. International Complex. Season expectations. Basically, stay 500. Top 100 prospects. We do have the number 4 prospect in Jared Kalenic, but I mean, he is going to be playing. All these other guys are still sitting in. I mean, but yeah, Kalenic's the most ready out of all of them. So I am totally fine with him being in the opening day lineup, as we want to give our youth a go. I want to see him. Okay, so we'll do a quick check of the waiver wire, as it's usually fairly active in the first parts of the season. Not really anything I really want to deal with there. Trading block, we're not really ready to go with there. So I will probably do kind of a mix of things. Like I'll probably do a lot of stuff, probably offline, some tweaking offline, and then kind of go back and show people what I've done. Because yeah, you don't really want to see me thinking in real time, but we'll play it by ear. And in terms of the flow and how much are we seeing, how much are we playing, like how involved are we? What are these videos going to look like? So I've been really thinking hard about this because I'm at the point where I like to do a lot of micromanaging, but that's probably not super exciting to watch. I mean, it's an out of the park baseball stream, so I don't know if exciting is the right word, but maybe not as interesting to watch. And it's going to go slow. I want to get through multiple seasons, right? I don't think the Mariners are going to win the World Series this year. But also, if I find if I play too fast, I don't really have a feel for the team. So I have to find this kind of happy medium. So what we're going to do, we're going to play opening day. Obviously, we're going to play opening day. But in terms of actually watching the games, we're probably not going to watch too many. We might watch some important matchups, if we're in a playoff hunt or something, or, first game for a new traded player. I don't know, something like that. We'll want to watch. But for the most part, what I think I will do is I'll kind of sim it every 2 weeks. I'll sim it ahead every 2 weeks, and then we'll kind of go through the box scores and just kind of get an idea of how people are doing, and then kind of check in on the team every couple weeks, I think is probably. But I will be offline doing kind of tinkering day-to-day stuff and let people know kind of what I did in that 2 week stretch. So that is the plan. Hopefully it works, but if you guys have any other suggestions, again, please let me know in the comments. So okay, here we go. Just want to check here. So yeah, they're kind of taking care of AAA stuff. I can see they've definitely made some moves, and I'm honestly fine with that. So we are opening the season. So let's just take a look at our schedule first. We're actually opening the season with an interleague matchup against the San Francisco Giants. And then we are also at home to the White Sox. And then we head on to the road for 3 against Minnesota, 4 against Baltimore, and then we're back home against Houston, and then a couple against the Dodgers. So that's kind of the first about 3 weeks of the schedule there. So let's start game 1. And we're going at it. James Paxton against Kevin Gausman. I never know. Again, casual baseball fan. I'm going to butcher a lot of names. So let's play ball, and let's see if we can get an opening day win here. So when I do manage the games, I like to let my AI control my shifts because I don't want to set that every time. But yeah, everything else we do play here, and just looking at the lineups here, it looks like maybe we got a slight advantage against the Giants. They aren't very good either. Oh, what I forgot to say. We forgot to look at preseason predictions. I knew we forgot something, and I kind of wish we didn't look at them. 76 and 86 is where we are projected. I mean, we're not as bad as Texas, thankfully. But yeah, not projected to do very well. 690 runs, the least in the AL West, apparently. And only 198 home runs. Runs against, maybe a little bit better, but yeah, we kind of stink. We don't really have any top hitters or top pitchers according to these predictions, but you never know what can happen. Let's shock the world. All right, here we go. Game 1. All right. So when it comes to playing, probably for playoffs, I'll probably go pitch by pitch, but just kind of to speed things up, my favorite button is until runners in the scoring position. That kind of just speeds things up a little bit more, just kind of for the sake of moving things along. But all right, let's go. Paxton is up, and let's get this season going. And Paxton kicks things off by putting runners on first and second with 1 out. So, yeah, Stremski is going to strike out. So, nice strikeout from Paxton there. And Dubon with a hit into left field, but easily caught from Kalenic, seeing his first bit of Major League action there. So, the Giants get nothing in the first. Mariners get nothing in the bottom. And a good inning from Paxton. All right, zeros on the board here. And we now move to the bottom of the third, where we are now threatening. Evan White's on first, or second. Haniger's on first. Dylan Moore is up. He's 0 for 1 on the day. The 2-2 pitch, that is stung into center field. And this is going to score our first run of the season. No, it's not. Haniger did hold up. That is going to load the bases for Ty France. Full count. He strikes out. 3 strikeouts for Gausman. All right, big at-bat here for Kalenic. His first big at-bat of his Major League career. Let's see what he can do with it. The 1-1 pitch, and he slaps it into center field. That is going to score 2 runs, his first 2 career Major League RBIs. And just like that, the Mariners are up 2-0. Kyle Lewis, first pitch he sees right to the shortstop. Easy force out at second, but the Mariners score 2-0. Mariners. Top 4th, Paxton pitching well. And bottom of the 4th, Tom Murphy is on second base with 1 out for Evan White. The 1-2 pitch, he goes down swinging. JP Crawford up. Also the 1-2 pitch, which is, it gets by the third baseman. And into the outfield. That is a double for Crawford, and it will score a run. 3-0, Seattle. Mitch Haniger is up next, the 0-1 pitch. And, great catch by the right fielder there. Yeah, Stremski. But Seattle tacks on another run. And we are sitting at 3-0 Mariners. James Paxton only thrown 45 pitches so far, but he does give up a solo home run to Crawford. But that is all they get, 3-1. Seattle blanks in the 5th. Paxton, another good 6th inning there. Nothing going on for Seattle in the bottom. And Paxton only thrown 60 pitches through 6 innings. He gets through another one relatively easily. And, I mean, Paxton struck out 8, 1 walk, 7 innings pitched. Another great inning there. I think he might go complete game. We are going to warm up Montero just in case things go downhill. All right. There's a home run. Kyle Lewis with his first of the year. That makes it 4-1. Little bit of insurance. And we're going to give James Paxton the 9th inning. And there it is. A fantastic pitching performance from James Paxton in his first game back as a Mariner. He goes the distance. 9 innings pitched, 2 hits, 1 earned run, 1 walk, 10 strikeouts. That is vintage all-star James Paxton right there. So good to be back in front of the home crowd. Love that. Kalenic 2 RBIs in his debut with 1 hit. Lewis with 2 hits and the home run. That was the only home run of the game. But almost everyone on the Mariners with a hit except for Ty France. So that is a pretty darn good opening day for the Seattle Mariners. So 1-0, baby. 1-0. Okay, so I think what we are going to do now is we're going to sim ahead a couple weeks, and we will be back as we will be ready to kind of unpack what's happened in the first 2 weeks of the season with the Mariners. All right, we are back, and as you can see, we have simmed up to April the 16th. And the Mariners are 6-7 through the first 2 weeks of the season. I'm not really that surprised. Kind of where I thought we would be at this point. We are 5 games back in the West as the LA Angels have gone on an absolute tear to start the season. They are at 11-2, just basically leaving the rest of the division in the dust. Just a quick peek of the standings. Red Sox leading the East. I mean, not a whole lot going on. The Angels are the hot team, although the Padres also 13-1 to get things going in the NL West. The Mets starting 11-2. And I mean, the Tigers are awful at 2-11. But I mean, yeah, 6-7, pretty meh. So let's take a look kind of at what happened in those 2 weeks. As you can see, with that opening series, we got that opening day win. We ended up taking 2 out of 3 from the Giants. We did lose the second game by a score of 5-2. I mean, Gonzalez pitched 7 2/3, 101 pitches. Unfortunately, it wasn't enough to get the win. Then in the rubber match, we did end up getting the win 5-2. We scored 3 runs in the 4th inning. Kalenic with 2 hits, so he's on a tear to start his rookie season, which is nice. 3 hits from Murphy, home run from Moore. Kikuchi 6 2/3. Nice little opening start from there, throwing 107 pitches. Okay, and then we went into a series against the White Sox, which, White Sox are pretty good, but we only took 1 of 3 from them. We won the opener in a 12-7 offensive explosion. 16 hits for us there. 3 hits from Moore, Lewis, 3 hits from Kalenic. Look at that, 400, 444. I mean, we got some pretty exciting hitters here. France and White are a little bit slow to get going. Kyle Lewis with a home run, Seager with a home run, Flexen 7 1/3, 9 hits, 6 runs. Wow, we kept him in quite a bit. Interesting. Our manager is not a fan of hooking our starting pitchers. I guess he kind of realizes our bullpen's not very good. Then we get shut out 4-0, unfortunately. I guess we lose all of our hits, but they had Giolito on the mound, and looks like he pitched a gem, 12 strikeouts. Not much going on there, and then we lose the rubber match 5-3. Looks like the bullpen, I think, falls apart late. Yeah, Paxton pitched well, 6 1/3. Unfortunately, he gets pegged with the loss. Will Vest, ouch. 1 inning, 3 hits, 3 runs, 2 of them earned. So that's not good from Will Vest. All right. Then we head in to play another tough team as we go on the road against Minnesota. We won the opener 5-4. And let's see, Kalenic again, 2 more hits. 3 hits from Tom Murphy. Okay, interesting to see our catcher really coming up. Gonzalez, 11 hits he gave up. Another through 100-plus pitches. So maybe a little bit worried our manager's overworking our pitching this early, but we're just going to keep an eye on that a bit. We get the off day, and then we get throttled 9-4. We get 3 in the 9th to sort of make it remotely interesting, but not really. Pineda, the former Seattle Mariner, I guess not. It's been a while. Kikuchi pitched 4 1/3. He did not have a great outing, and we had Eric Swanson just stink things up. Justin Dunn pitched 3 solid innings in long relief, it looks like. Yeah, okay. And then we head into Baltimore, and we split the series with Baltimore. So, well, nice 6-0 win here. Again, a couple of hits from France, a couple of hits from Seager, hit from Lewis. Okay. And Justice Sheffield with a great game. 8 1/3, 5 hits, only 4 strikeouts, though. 105 pitches. Okay. We lose the second game 6-2. Yeah, okay. We used a lot of pitchers. What happened to Paxton? Uh-oh. Okay, he was injured, but it doesn't look like it was serious. It doesn't look like we've got any injuries to worry about, but he threw a whopping 2 pitches, and that was it for him. So it is what it is, but he's okay, thankfully. Then we win 7-5 in 12 innings. 5 errors? Is that? Holy crap. 5 errors. That's no good. Wow, a lot of fielding errors here. And 5 different guys making 5 different errors. That's a little concerning. Okay, 4 hits from Lewis, 2 from Seager, a couple from White, a couple big game from White, 4 RBIs. Gonzalez pitched pretty well. Okay. Chaniger got injured. Oh, right, then we have to talk about that. We did sustain an injury as we head to the last game, which was a 2-1 Orioles squeaker. They score 1 in the bottom of the 9th, unfortunately. And it was a walk-off home run off Kenyon Middleton. Fortunately, Kikuchi pitched well, but Middleton blew it. Okay, so we did lose a key player, and it is Mitch Haniger. Strained groin. He is out 5 to 6 weeks. That's a bit of a hit. I couldn't say he was having a great start to the season, but that is a hit. We did end up calling up, who did we call up? Braden Bishop from AAA, and things moved around a little bit as Kalenic has now moved to right field, and Trammell is back in the everyday lineup at left, and yeah, we got Lewis in center, so. Okay. Let's just take a quick look at OPS Plus, kind of just to get a good snapshot of who's playing well and who needs to pick it up early in the season. So Kyle Lewis, definitely our best hitter right now, as he's hitting 333, OPS over 179, so on pace for 50 home runs, 100 RBI. I don't think he'll be able to keep that up. And Todd Murphy having a surprisingly good start to the season, getting 333. I really don't see this lasting at all. He has struck out 12 times already. That avoid Ks is a bit scary. Kalenic, I mean, this is what we wanted to see from the rookie. Great start to the season. Getting 325, 136 OPS. I like to see that. JP Crawford, yeah, he's having a good season too. Okay. So, not bad. A couple guys need to pick it up. Evan White, Ty France. Seager not showing us he's ready to earn that last year of his contract, at least not quite yet. Pitching has been all over the place. Paxton's had a couple good outings and then a short one. Gonzalez has been good. Kikuchi's been solid. Flexen has been, he had one good game. Well, actually, no, he gave up 6 and 5 runs, both of those. So he's got a sky-high ERA right now. 2 games, really early to tell. And Sheffield has had a great start to his season, as he has not given up any earned runs yet at all. So he's having an incredible start to his season. A couple of guys we just got to keep an eye on. Kendall Graveman's had a bit of a rough start, and Will Vest as well. So, not ready to make any crazy moves yet. I mean, we're 6 and 7. It is what it is. So I think what we will do now is we'll move it up another couple weeks. So we'll sim ahead to, we'll probably get to the end of the month here. So let's do that quickly, and then we'll reevaluate after a month into the season. All right, we are back. It is May the 1st, 2021, and your Seattle Mariners are in the basement of the AL West. It was not a great 2 weeks for our Mariners, as we got whooped by, well, we got really whooped by the Astros in a series, which I'll show you in a second here. Kalenic's just got a quick day-to-day injury, but no injuries to report. just the team's not really that great right now. As you can see, looking at team stats, I mean, we're near the bottom in runs scored, and we're also near the bottom in runs against. So bullpen looking really weak, so we might have to look at making some sort of move there. Really, the only bright spot is in defensive efficiency, as we're one of the top teams in the American League there, but yikes, it's not looking overly great here for the Mariners, but still relatively early. We're only 27 games into the season, so let's take a quick look at let's take a look at the standings first as we head into the beginning of May, as things start to settle in. Tampa is on top of the AL East with 8-2 in their last 10. That helps. White Sox leading the AL Central, and Houston, kind of thanks to beating up on us, they're 8-2 right now, and leading the Angels, who have definitely cooled off. They're up half game in the AL West. And a couple monster teams here in the National League. The New York Mets are 20-5. They're already 6.5 up on Atlanta and Miami. Milwaukee, this is a real tight race in the NL Central right now. 4 teams basically in it. Cubs are already falling back quite a bit. Look at the San Diego Padres, 23-4. Comfortably up 6.5 on the Giants. Interesting. Dodgers, a little bit slow to get going here. And as expected, the Rockies and Diamondbacks are terrible. So yeah, those are the teams. There's us. We're 3-7 in our last 10 games. So let's show you how things went here the last couple weeks. So we kind of started off here with a 3-game set against Houston, in which we lost 2 of 3 to them. There's Flexen again, which we talked about, had a very rough outing. He got rocked pretty good. We did pick up a extra innings win against the Astros in the second game. Couple hits. Paxton pitched well. Paxton's been a nice bright spot for us. But then the next day we come back and Houston handles us pretty easily, 5-1. Sheffield pitched, but he did not pitch very much. He got injured, but it looked like just a minor injury because he is already back in the lineup. Greinke threw 125 pitches. My goodness. All right, then we had a little 2-game set against the Dodgers, and shockingly, we did win a game. We actually won one in the bottom of the 9th. Who had that bottom of the 9th? Bottom of the 9th, Trammell. Taylor Trammell. 4 RBI game. Nice. So yeah, that was helpful for us. Marco Gonzalez, 6 1/3. Miskowitz blew the save. Yeah, I'm a little worried about the old bullpen there. And then the Dodgers take it to us in the next game as they score early and beat us 6-1. Kikuchi got rocked pretty early on, so that's not great. Then we had the off day, and we traveled to Boston for 4 games, which we won the first game 8-5. Okay, any big monster games there? Oh, I'm looking at the wrong team. Not really. A couple 2-hit games from people. There's Flexen actually finally went a little bit longer, 6 2/3. At 8.86 ERA is a little worrisome though. Okay, and then we get blanked 7-0. I mean, we just get hammered from all spots. Paxton with not a good game there. 3 innings, chased pretty quickly out of the ball game, and we couldn't get anything going there. Then we lose a bit of a defensive battle, 4-2. Trammell had a couple of hits, the only real bright spot there. Sheffield pitched okay. I mean, he's still rocking that 1.59 ERA, which is solid, so he's going to lose him eventually. And then we do come back and stomp on the Red Sox 11-4. Big hit game from Kyle Lewis as he goes 4 for 4 with 5 RBIs. So definitely our best player offensively right now. Gonzalez has a pretty good game there. And then things start to go a little haywire. As we lose 7-0. Oh yeah, we looked at that one already. Sorry, this is where we are. Yeah, then we go into Houston and we get swept 4 games, and it really wasn't particularly close with 3 of them. This extra innings one, I guess, was kind of close. Kikuchi pitched well, but Crawford had an okay game there. Then we lose 9-1. I don't even want to look at this box score. Flexen again, 9.72 ERA for a starter. Yeah, we might have to make a move there. This one was a little close. We made it interesting in the 8th. Yeah, wow. Okay. Paxton, again, not a... Okay, well, Paxton started strong, but his last few outings have not been great. And then we finish off with a 9-0 throttling. Sheffield got rocked around there. Actually, no, it was more Miskowitz there, so... And then Kalenic had that little day-to-day injury. And then we did finish off the month by beating the Angels, which is not an easy task. Looks like we did get the walk-off there. Ty France with the single in the bottom of the 9th, which was good. So at least we snapped the losing streak. But 11-16, not overly impressive. But it is what it is. And we'll take a quick look at player development. As you know, Justice Sheffield had a good month, so he's seeing some improvements in his stuff, potential movement, and potential rating. Flexen seeing a potential drop. His stuff went up. Our long reliever, Justin Dunn, seeing a little bit of gains. Kyle Lewis definitely seeing some gains, especially in his potential. And Kalenic, which I was actually interested in. Contact rating goes up quite a bit. Current and potential power ratings go up. But potential contact drops, potential eye, and potential rating actually drops as well. So he was a 50-80 guy. He's now dropped down to a 50-70. As you can see, he's definitely cooled off after a hot start. So in the next episode, we'll kind of break down kind of where we are after the first month of the season and maybe start thinking about, is there something we can do to make this team at least a little bit better? So we'll save that for the next episode. So hopefully you guys are enjoying these. Again, if you think I can be doing anything better or looking for something, or there's something I'm missing that I should be looking for, please let me know in the comments. Thank you guys. See you next time.